Alright, what we're doing here is we're unboxing the new Behringer x1622 USB. I bought this mixer to do live shows, because I was doing live shows with a DJ mixer because I'm a DJ, but then now my live shows are becoming more DJ slash live and all kinds of other things. So I needed a good mixer with microphone inputs, and that didn't take up too much space. Alright, here it is, packed nicely. Taking it out of the box, double boxed. Bought it from B&H in New York City. There we go, it's a picture of the box. Nice, nice. Open this up. See what we got here. We got a power cable and a USB cable. And the power cable is like, it's like a computer cable, which is good. So in case you lose the power cable, you don't have to go crazy looking for something crazy, because it's not a... It also has rack mounts, which I'm definitely going to use because you can fit it in a rack now. Because my case is a rack mounted case, so that's a good thing. What else does it got? Just got the software package. It comes with Energy Pt.1. There's some music production software and some other stuff. The manual. Looks good, looks good. And here is the actual mixer itself, wrapped in the plastic. Get this thing off. Alright. The reason I went with this mixer is because it's got built-in effects for the mics. It's got built-in compressors for the mics, which is also a good thing. And I'm not a big fan of Behringer, but they got all the right things in the right package here. I would have went with the Yamaha, but the Yamaha is like twice the size and takes up way too much space. Interesting. So you see here, you got your main input, your main fader, your sub fader, you got your channel faders, you got 4 stereo, and you got 4 mono for the microphones. You got the compressors up here, and you got the inputs for the mics, inputs for your stereo stuff. And then another reason I bought this is because you could actually DJ off this board, because it's got these you could assign each channel to the headphones if you want to beat match and mix, you know what I'm saying? And over here we have let's take a picture of the back. The back has balanced outputs, and I think these are also balanced sub outs. But they're 1/4 inch. And you got control room output, and for the mic channels you got channel inserts, which is also cool, where you could just drop in you could put your effects, or you could send the signals out from your mic directly to something. And it also has a USB, which is cool. And from what I've researched, I think the USB is actually your main output. So it's not gonna be sending every channel out on a separate channel, but just gonna have one main output, which means you could also multi-track with it. But it's you could only do 1 track at a time. It's got the phantom power on and the regular power switch on off buttons, and your power input. And that looks like it. And it also has built-in effects. Here's the effects. You got 16 different effects to choose from. You got some reverbs, delays, modulation, and a couple combinations. It says delay and reverb, and chorus and reverb. Delay and reverb is probably what you'd use mostly for vocals. And then there's a chorus and reverb, which you might use for vocals. And another interesting thing here is a effects foot switch, where you could turn the effects on and off using a foot switch when you're doing live shit. Yeah, that could come in handy. It also has a main output on top, which is nice. So sends and returns if you want to use an external effects unit. It's got mutes on every channel, so you can mute out you can mute out a channel in case you're not using it. You could just hit the mute button and the channel's muted, so you don't have to worry about bringing your fader up and down all the time. You know what I'm saying? You could set it during the night. Let's say you want to set it here, you want it off, you hit it off. You want it on, you turn it on. That was another thing I didn't like about my old mixer, where I didn't have a mute button, which is a pain, because that way you got to keep adjusting your knob every time you want to turn it on. So yeah, this is it. The Behringer, what is it called? It's the x1622 USB mixer.